Let us introduce the concept of index number. Well, index number is widely used by a lot of economics for wide variety of studies. What is index number? Well, index number is a statistical device or tool which studies the changes in an economic variable or group of variable between two time periods. I'll explain this with an example. Let's say last year the prices of petrol were 60 rupees. This year the price of a petrol is 80 rupees. From last year to this year there is a change of 20 rupees in the price of petrol. But if I happen to calculate this year's price of petrol in terms of percentage with respect to last year's price, it will be this year's price, that is 80, over last year's price, which is 60 into 100, which turns out to be 133.33%. So what do I understand? Last year, if it is 100 units, this year the price of petrol is 133.33%. So what do I understand? There is an increase of 33% in the price of petrol from last year to this year. This change in the prices of petrol is basically index number. So what are index number? Index number is study of changes in the prices of economic variable. Sometimes it can be one or it can be more than one over the period of time. Understand, you cannot directly measure index numbers. Index numbers are studied through changes. So index number indicates what is the change from one time period to another time period. The first time period is generally considered as base or reference year, and the period or the time for which we are calculating index number is called as current year. So index number tells us what is the changes in economic variable or group of economic variable from base year to current year. So index number is study of economic variable through changes over the period of time. So in nutshell summary, index numbers are basically study of economic variable through changes over the period of time. From base year to current year, what are the changes? If it is increasing, we see the percentage is more. If it is decreasing, we see the percentage is less. We cannot measure absolute index number. It is always the relative change we calculate in terms of index number. Initially, index number were designed to calculate price changes only. But later on, its importance has evolved, and now we study index number in wide variety of economic areas, starting with industrial or agriculture productions, import exports, cost of living index number, stock markets index numbers, and the list doesn't end. So index number is a widely used statistical device by economics in variety of areas. It studies the economic variable or group of economic variable through changes over the period of time. It gives us trends, patterns, and helps us devise methods and understand the behavior of economic variables. We cannot study index numbers absolutely or in pure number. It is always a study through changes, which means index numbers helps us understand changes in economic variables.